Good morning, students. Today we will continue our discussion on electrochemistry. This is the lecture number 2 of electrochemistry. Okay, so in this previous video, on previous class, we have discussed about what is electrochemistry and what are electrochemical cell, types of electrochemical cell, electrode potential, cathode and anode, on which metal are acting as a cathode and anode. Okay, so standard electron potential, we have discussed all of this. So today we will discuss that galvanic cell. Okay, so galvanic cell, as you know, in the previous video I have discussed that the electrochemical cell are of two types, that is, one is galvanic cell or voltaic cell and the second one is electrolytic cell. So galvanic cell or voltaic cell, whatever you call, they are named after the Luigi Galvani and Alessandro Volta. They are the scientists, and after their name this galvanic cell and voltaic cell is being named. Okay, so galvanic cell or voltaic cell is an electrochemical cell that produces electrical energy from spontaneous redox reactions. Okay, so what happens in electrochemical cell? This electrochemical cell is the equipment in which a spontaneous chemical reaction will occur, and due to this spontaneous chemical reaction electricity will generate it, and this electricity will bring about a non-spontaneous chemical reaction. So what happens, in short, we can say that galvanic cell or voltaic cell is a cell or equipment that converts chemical energy to a electrical energy. Okay, so there are many galvanic cell or voltaic cell are present. Okay, so here in your screen you can see that this is a galvanic cell, and this is a special type of galvanic cell where Zn metal is acting as an anode and copper metal is acting as a cathode. This special type of galvanic cell is named as Daniell cell. Okay, so this Daniell cell consists of two electrodes, that is cathode and anode. This cathode is copper here, copper metal is acting as a cathode and Zn metal is acting as an anode. Okay, so this both the electrodes, this cathode or anode, both the electrodes will be dipped into the solution of their electrolytic solution. So both of the cathode and anode should be dipped into their electrolytic solution. So Zn is dipped into its electrolytic solution, that is ZnSO4, and copper, that is the cathode, is dipped into its electrolytic solution, that is CuSO4. Here CuSO4 is the electrolytic solution for copper and ZnSO4 is the electrolytic solution for Zn. Here in the left hand side, the Zn electrode is present, which is acting as a anode, and where oxidation will be occurring, because in the left hand side Zn metal, that is Zn electrode, will lose 2 electron and becoming Zn2 plus by doing a oxidation reaction. Okay, so Zn electrode or solid Zn will lose 2 electron and becoming Zn2 plus by doing a oxidation reaction. So by doing a oxidation reaction it becomes Zn2 plus, so it acts as a anode. Whereas in the right hand side the copper will Cu2 plus will accept those 2 electrons who are donated by the Zn. The Cu2 plus will accept those 2 electrons which is donated by Zn and becoming Cu solid. Okay, so Cu2 plus accepting 2 electrons and becoming Cu. Here Cu2 plus will be reduced to Cu. That is why a reduction takes place. So Cu metal or Cu electrode is being called as cathode. Okay, so right hand side is being cathode and left hand side is being anode. So okay, so the reaction takes place on the left hand side is the oxidation reaction, so it is called as oxidation half cell, and the reaction takes place on the right hand side is called is reduction. So the reaction takes place on the right hand side is called the cathode or reduction half cell reactions. Okay, so these two, oxidation half and reduction half, these two half is being separated or connected by these two half, that is oxidation half and reduction half is being connected by salt wedge. This salt wedge, Okay, so this salt beach in the chemical equation is being represented by double bar. So Zn single bar ZnSO4, double bar CuSO4, single bar Cu. This double bar is represented as represents the salt beach. Okay, and the what? So you might be thinking that what is the single bar? Single bar represents the difference in the phases. Okay, so here Zn is in the solid state. Okay, but ZnSO4 in the aqueous state. Okay, so there is different phases or states. Okay, so Zn and ZnSO4 are in different states. So to represent the different states, single bar will be expressed, single bar will be used. Okay, similarly in CuSO4 is aqueous and Cu is solid. So to show the difference in their phases or states, this single bar, that is CuSO4 single bar Cu, this single bar is used. Okay, remember the left hand side of the salt beach is the oxidation part, oxidation half, and the right hand side of the salt beach is the reduction half. Okay, so we have called out the salt beach. So what is salt beach? Salt beach is a device that is used in an electrochemical cell for connecting the oxidation and the reduction half cells. Okay, in other words, a salt beach is a junction between the anodic and cathodic compartments of the cell. Okay, so in simple words, what we can say, so salt beach is a junction, or it is actually a beach between the oxidation half cell and the reduction half cell. Okay, so how salt beach is being composed? So salt beach is composed of agar-agar as well as some strong electrolytes, that is AgNO3 and KCl. So salt beach usually consists of strong electrolytes such as AgNO3, KCl and agar-agar. So agar-agar is a gelatin-like complex that will not permit the flow of ZnSO4 from left hand side to right hand side, and similarly it will not permit, this agar-agar like gelatin-like substance will not permit the flow of Cu2 plus from right hand side to left hand side. So the electrical neutrality becomes stable. Okay, because if that is not there in the salt beach, the agar-agar, the Zn2 plus can easily move to left hand side to right hand side, as well as the Cu2 plus can also move from right hand side to left hand side if agar-agar was absent in the salt beach. So salt beach is being composed of agar-agar, a gelatin-like substance, as well as some strong electrolytes like AgNO3 and KCl. So you might be thinking that what is the function of salt beach? Salt beach prevents the diffusion of mechanical flow of solution from one half cell from another to another. That is what I am saying, that the Zn, it prevents the Zn2 plus from going to left hand side, from left hand side to right hand side. It will prevent the flow of Cu, as similarly it will prevent the flow of Cu2 plus from right hand side to left hand side. Okay, so it will prevent the mechanical flow or diffusion. Okay, number one. Number two, it prevents or minimize the liquid junction potential. So you might be thinking that what is the liquid junction potential? So let me explain the liquid junction potential. So if all the Zn in the Zn solid, in the Zn electrode, will be donating to electron and becoming Zn2 plus. Okay, so if all the Zn will lose 2 electrons and becoming Zn2 plus, so in the left hand side the positive charge, the cationic charge will be high, whereas these 2 electrons, after these 2 electrons what Zn has donated, these 2 electrons will go to the right hand side. And if all the Zn loses 2 electrons, or if all these electrons will go from left hand side to right hand side, the right hand side in the electron density will be higher, so the negative charge will be there. So the higher negative charge will be in the right hand side, and the higher positive charge will be there in the left hand side. So there will be two different charges, so there will be a electron potential. Okay, so there will be a high electron potential. This potential is named as liquid junction potential. This potential is between the two solutions. This is the two solution, that is, this potential is between the ZnSO4 and the CuSO4 solution. So the potential difference between the ZnSO4 and CuSO4 due to the flow of electron from left hand side to right hand side, this potential is called as liquid junction potential. So salt which will prevent or minimize the liquid junction potential. And the third point is, the third function of the salt bridge is act as an electrical conduct between the two half cells, by acting as a circuit to complete the circuit. Okay, remember here the zinc will lose 2 electron, and these 2 electron will go from left hand side, that is from anode to cathode, and thus electron will flow from anode to cathode. So if the electron will flow, then the electricity will generate in the opposite direction. But electricity will not generate until the circuit gets completed. The electrons here, without the salt bridge, the circuit will not completed. Okay, so we need the salt bridge to complete the circuit. After completing the circuit, the electricity will produced. Okay, so salt bridge act as a circuit to act as a barrier, act as a bridge to complete the circuit. Okay, so to complete the circuit, salt bridge is used as well. Okay, so we have now understood what is the salt bridge and as well as the function of salt bridge. Okay, so voltaic cell notation, the cell notation is very much important. You have to understand that there are two parts of the electrochemical cell. One is oxidation half cell and one is reduction half cell. In oxidation half cell, Zn loses 2 electron and becomes Zn2 plus. Here oxidation is happening, so this part is called oxidation half cell, and here the reactant is Zn, solid Zn, and it is written left hand side of the single bar, and the product will be, that is the Zn2 plus, will be written the right hand side of the Zn2 plus. So here remember, for the reactant will always be written on the left hand side of the single bar, and the product will always be written in the right hand side of the single bar. Similarly, in the reduction half cell, the Cu2 plus will be accepting 2 electrons, becoming Cu. Okay, here the reactant is Cu2 plus, so it will be written left hand side of the single bar, and the Cu solid, that is the product, will be written on the right hand side of the single bar. And remember, don't be confused about the single bar and the double bar. Double bar represents the salt bridge, and the single bar represents the express the difference in their states of physical state, because Zn S and Zn2 plus aqueous, they are both in the differences. Solid Zn is in the solid form and Zn aqueous in the aqueous form. So due to express the difference in their states or phases, so single bar is being used, and to represent the salt bridge, the double bar is being used. Remember, the left hand side of the salt bridge is called oxidation half cell, and the right hand side of the salt bridge is called reduction half cell. Okay, so here is another picture to show the electron flow from anode to cathode, and this anode and cathode is being connected through salt bridge. Okay, so as the electron flow from anode to cathode, the electricity will be produced from move from cathode to anode. Okay, so in the last point, that is factors affecting the electrode potential. So what are the factors affecting the electrode potential? Electrode potential will be depend upon the 4 factors, that is the temperature, pressure, nature of the metal, and the concentration of the cell. If we increase the concentration of the cell, then the equilibrium shift from left hand side to right hand side. That is how more electrons will remove from the electrons, more electrons will be removed from electrodes, and electrode becomes more positive. As the electrode potential is being affected by these 4 factors, so these 4 factors are remain in standard condition. Okay, so these standard condition are: the temperature should be 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin, pressure should be 1 bar or 1 atmosphere, and the concentration of the ion should be 1 molar or 1 mole per decimeter cube. Okay, 1 mole per decimeter cube. So this is the standard condition. So under the standard condition, if the electrode potential measured under the standard condition, this electron potential is named as standard electron potential. And this standard electron potential always be expressed in terms of reduction potential, not the oxidation potential. Okay, although the reduction potential and the oxidation potential are same in the magnitude, but their difference in sign. So the standard electron potential always be expressed in terms of reduction potential. Okay, so that's it for now. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you very much.